We're back on Daytime talking about detoxing and cleansing. Martin Buckland is here as our co-host today on Daytime, and joining us is Andrea Seydel. Andrea, welcome to the show. So, positive psychology coach. Touch on that title a little bit, because the term life coach gets thrown around all too easily, as Martin can attest to.
Yes.
But we got to talk about your psychology background.
So, well, it's so true. So many people are taking weekend courses, or they're taking courses that aren't as in-depth as a lot of other training that you could take. So it's really important to find a reputable person who has credentials behind their name. Having said that, too, there are a lot of people who have really good experience, and so the combination of the two coming together, that's really what you want to look for, and also feel a connection with the person that you are. The chemistry, exactly.
Very, very important in coaching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, and it's funny because we're talking about cleansing and detoxification. How does that fit with psychology? I'm actually a nutritionist. I did postgraduate studies in nutrition, but then I also found out really fast that I was using more of my psychology degree from university in all the situations, like in my weight loss coaching and in cleansing and things like that. Like even there's psychological detoxification.
Because before you can get healthy and well, you have to ask the questions as to why am I not healthy and well? So it always goes back to the why.
So true. And it's funny that you say that, because that is the message that I preach. When you can connect to the reasons why that you want something so bad and it's a burning desire for you, it's so much easier to get to where you want to go. So if you really know all the reasons why, and there's a whole list of the reasons, then it's so much easier to make choices around your goal. So if one of your goals is to lose weight, well, then you want to make a really in-depth list of all those reasons why, like down to the point if I want to pull my jeans on and have them do up really easy, right? And that's a burning reason why, right? And then what happens is that, when you're in the kitchen, you're connected to those reasons. It's so much easier to make great choices. So for sure, you're right.
So I'm pretty naive as far as cleansing is concerned. So educate me on cleansing, what it can benefit everybody.
Yeah, okay, so cleansing and detoxification, it kind of sounds like it's a fad, and so many people are doing it these days, are feeling the need to do it. That's because we intrinsically know, intuitively know that it's a natural process. Our bodies want to be healthy, and they want to be, all our cells want to be functioning optimally. It's actually the things that we do on a daily basis that constantly create toxic overload, and then we become unwell or we don't feel good. So you got to remember that cleansing and detoxification is a natural process. It's not a new fad or a trend or just a supplementation in a box.
Sounds dangerous to me.
It does, and detoxification sounds a little more negative, but what it is, all detoxification and cleansing is removing the obstacles to good health. So you have to take out things that are causing you to feel unwell. Think about a time that perhaps you drank too much one night. Not us. No, or someone who's done that. They wake up in the morning and they don't feel well, right? And then what happens is by 12 o'clock, okay, maybe they can eat some crackers. And then by dinner time, they can probably stomach a whole meal. So your body, your liver started repairing itself, you started feeling better. It shows you that your body naturally wants to heal and get well. So all detoxification and cleansing really is, therefore, is to take away the things that are causing you to feel unwell. Your body naturally wants to be healthy and feel good.
So people, when they think that they're walking down the health food aisle and they're like, oh, look at this detox 24 hours. This is perfect. Is that the detox that we should be doing?
You're so right. You want to make sure cleansing and detoxification have a few components to it. So one, you want to make sure it's not starvation, because if it's starvation, you're not opening all your lines of excretion. You're not putting in all the antioxidants from fresh fruit and vegetables or smoothies that you require. So when you cleanse, you want to make sure that you're still feeding and nourishing your body healthy whole foods and fiber. The worst thing you could do is go down the supplement aisle and pick out a supplement that's going to, purge your liver. But meanwhile, if your bowels are blocked or you have other issues, other lines of excretion aren't open, then you're going to create other problems. So you want to make sure that it's well-rounded. So of course it involves circulation therapy is also a good component of a healthy detoxification program. So you want to make sure you're getting your body circulating, stimulating your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is part of your immune system. It's the fluid system in your body that you need to stimulate when you're cleansing. So that could be done with yoga, or any walking is really good. So when you're on a cleanse, it's a whole picture. It's not just popping supplements. It's increasing nutrient-dense foods. It's making sure that you're eliminating or taking away the obstacles to good health. And people sometimes get confused when I say that, but that means taking the alcohol out for a week. That means taking away all the over-processed and refined food for a week. That means flooding or hyperuresis, which means going to the washroom often, which means flooding yourself with huge amounts of fluid. So water, water, water. You want to make sure you're consuming lots and lots of fluid to make your body move with the viscosity of water instead of thick like ketchup. So you're flushing yourself out. I know, it sounds terrible, but you really do. Everyone needs a cleanse, actually. Like, cleaning your body is a great thing. Yeah.
So playing the devil's advocate here, should you do it by yourself? Is there any danger to it, or is it advisable to do it with somebody in the house?
So cleansing is a natural process.
Right.
So how aggressive you get and how aggressive you get is up to you.
Right.
So of course you want to have doctor's approval, and the cleanse that I do actually online is all doctor approved.
You do it online now. Wow.
Well, no, I have my own program, my ebook.
I'm just kidding you.
Awesome. So so there is definitely, it's up to you. And because it is a natural process and you want to make sure that you're not just popping supplements, it's very safe. So, you know, what you're going to do is kind of remove all those obstacles to health for a whole week, ideally 7 days. If you're underweight, you do lose a lot of weight while you're cleansing. So I usually recommend just doing 5 days if you are underweight or at a good weight. So you do it safe. You do it how you feel.
I like Martin's thought process on that, though, because how much easier would it be to do it with a buddy?
Yes.
You know, whether it's doing it with a spouse or a friend.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it would
somebody
be
who supports you and eggs you on and
that's a great point. Yeah.
Because I bet it's a rough ride as well sometimes, isn't it?
You know what?
Don't mess with me when I'm cleansing.
You know what's funny is I feel fantastic when I cleanse. I feel light.
Yeah.
The only thing I have trouble is falling asleep because I have so much energy while I'm cleansing. However, my cleanse is probably a lot different than just taking supplements or just
energy.
Well, you also will have headaches if you're used to having coffee every single day. I usually recommend for people just to take little sips of coffee so they don't have huge withdrawal during their 7-day cleanse. And then switch to tea with a little tiny bit of caffeine might help them get over that. So yeah, there's sometimes the withdrawal symptoms are actually pleasurable. You actually feel light, you're digesting well, you're eliminating well, you're opening up all your lines of excretion. Remember, sweating is also a fantastic way to rid yourself of toxins.
Do you give tips like these on your website?
Yes, I do, yeah. andrea.livelifehappy.com, and I have a whole 7-day safe, healthy cleanse. And remember, you don't have to have that supplementation component. You can do it all through foods and keep it very safe and healthy.
Well, we have to talk about supplements as well, because they're good for us. They're there for a reason, but we have to take them sort of as directed. And sometimes there's people that have the idea of like, I need to just put out these supplements, I need to sell them to you. But we need to be careful of where we're getting them from.
And I love that you brought that up because it's the idea of magic pills. It's like, if I take this, it's going to create all kinds of magic for me. So, and the other thing is there's a lot of multi-level networking companies, and the people that are selling the products sometimes aren't necessarily it's unregulated. People aren't necessarily educated in it. So you do want to, and a supplementation, remember, it's a supplement to healthy eating, to adding, you supplement healthy eating. So food first, healthy whole foods.
Well, and I love that. Selenium, you could easily take a pill, or you could eat 2 Brazil nuts.
There you go. Perfect. So true.
And why wouldn't you? I would rather eat the nut than eat the pill.
Yes. And then even like your essential fatty acids, it's so much better to get in your flaxseed oil on your salad or Udo's Choice oil, or, you know, getting it in that way. You're not even getting the outer coating of the supplement. Right. So there are ways, though, but I do believe there is room for supplementation to support your system.
More and more products come in the market. You go to the supermarket and more shelf space is being designated.
It's $1 billion industry.
There's whole aisles now.
Yes.
for supplements.
So true.
Yeah.
But remember, it needs to be combined in a holistic approach, because you could just be popping pills, but if you're constantly thinking negative thoughts and you're under loads of stress, your body is going to have all the negative implications of the stress. And
there's psychologist Andrea coming out. So we do need to be in that mindset that we want to cleanse. And we want to put ourselves, and we want to be taking these supplements because the want and need and desire has to be there in order for it to work.
It is funny that you say that, because a lot of people like intuitively know when they need a cleanse. I mean, they're usually feeling like it's hard to get out of bed in the morning, or I just don't have that get up and go like I used to, or I got bags under my eyes, I'm breaking out in pimples. Usually we say, wow, or I put on 10 extra pounds over the holidays, I drank a little more than usual. We usually get that click, that light bulb that goes off and says, oh my gosh, yeah, I need to do something to whip myself into shape and feel better. Yeah, you're so right. So the psychological, and to psych yourself up, right? Because doing a week of cleansing is really intense.
And it's a week, it's not overnight. You can't do it overnight. Or you can
That's
do
a
it
really good point. Is you can also do little baby cleanses, and I call them 14-hour cleanses.
Right.
And what I usually recommend to my weight loss clients is basically you go 12 hours, 14 hours ideally without eating.
Okay.
Now fruit juice and water isn't included because they come in with natural enzymes, and so if 8 o'clock was your last meal, 8 to 8 is 12 hours, 8 to 9, 9 to 10. 10 o'clock would be your first meal.
Right.
And what that does is it elongates your time away from digestion, and it gives you an opportunity to assimilate nutrients into your cells and eliminate toxins from your body.
Okay.
Think about overnight. You wake up in the morning, your breath doesn't smell so good, you got stuff in your eyes, right? You got to wash your face. It's because you weren't in digestion mode while you're sleeping. You're in digestion, assimilation, elimination mode. So you're away from digestion.
So that's all of this crap coming out of our body.
That's right. You're
love
detoxifying
that.
overnight. So when you do a cleanse, you're just elongating that time. But remember, cleansing doesn't mean starvation. You definitely want to still be flooding yourself with nutrient-dense, fiber-rich, because you want to make sure all your lines of excretion are open.
So good.
Yeah.
So the best foods are fruit and vegetables.
Well, on a cleanse, I highly recommend hypoallergenic. So on a healthy cleanse, you want to make sure you're repairing the GI diet, your GI tract, so your gastrointestinal tract, your colon, and you want to make sure you're eating things that are hypoallergenic that aren't going to cause inflammation or mucus-forming foods. So I usually remove all the things that trigger that. So it's your processed wheat, and so what you would replace it with is brown rice, ideally. It's very easily digested. It's hypoallergenic. It's low on the glycemic index. So when you're on the cleanse, actually, that is one thing I do recommend too, is the brown rice, in addition to your fruit and your vegetables. So you're still eating. First 2 days, though, no, but you have
and who knows? In
yeah.
that 7 days, you might not even miss it after that, and you might just eliminate it out of your diet completely.
You're so right. Yes.
Andrea, thank you so much for coming on.
You're very passionate about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I love it.
You're a typical coach.
I know. I'm like, sign me up for Andrea.
Yeah, me too.
Martin and I are joining together. We're going to
we're going to do a cleanse together.
detox.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Stay with us. So much more coming up on Daytime.